There's a moment you don't tell anyone about. You're in the car. You've just parked. Some song comes on, one you haven't heard in years, and you sit there with the engine off and your hand still on the key, not crying, not even close to crying, just held there for a second. Then you get out, walk into the store, buy eggs and milk and whatever else, and by the time you're at the register, you've forgotten it happened. That's the part nobody talks about. That small second in the parking lot. Because everyone told you it was supposed to be gone by now. You did the work. You read the books. You went to therapy. Or you didn't go to therapy, but you thought about things for a long time. Which is almost the same. You cried in the shower enough times. You had the conversations with yourself at 2 in the morning. You built a new life, and it's a real life. And most days, it's a good one. And still, the parking lot. Here's what I think nobody explained honestly. Healing was sold to you as a subtraction. Something leaves, the weight lifts. You wake up one morning and the thing that happened to you is smaller, farther, almost a story that belongs to someone else. That's the picture. That's what the word means in the way it's used. But that's not what happens inside a human nervous system. Research on how memory actually works shows something stranger. When you remember a painful event, the memory briefly becomes editable. Your brain pulls it off the shelf, and for a short window, it's soft again. And then it gets put back. Each time it goes back on the shelf, it's slightly different. Not smaller. Refiled. The story stays. What changes is how much your body reacts when the story gets pulled down. So you don't heal from it. You learn to hold it without your hands shaking. And those are not the same thing. One of them is a promise nobody can keep. The other is a real skill that takes years. I was at a dinner once where a woman told the story of the worst year of her life. She told it well. She laughed at the right parts. Everyone laughed with her, and on the drive home she said quietly, almost to the windshield, "That was real. The laugh was real, and it still hurts." I don't know how both of those are true. And I remember thinking, that's it. That's the thing. That's what healing actually looks like from the inside, and nobody puts it on a book cover because it doesn't sell. You're not broken because the song still stops you. You're not failing therapy because the anniversary still sits differently than the other days. You didn't waste the years of trying. The trying worked. It just didn't work the way it was advertised. What you built isn't a version of you that doesn't hurt. It's a version of you that can hurt and still drive to the store, still show up to the dinner, still love someone without bracing, still be in the room when it gets mentioned. That's not a consolation prize. That's the whole thing. That's what strength in a person actually looks like. Up close, in a parking lot, with the engine off. You're not healing. You never were. You're carrying it better. And one day you'll notice you've been carrying it so long it stopped feeling like carrying. It just feels like walking.